Listen. Alright. Alright. So, welcome everyone.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do the game copy and then
I
we
made
can
it.
start. It's session 17, I believe. Yes, it is.
Session 17, we'll soon be allowed to drink.
Yeah, something like that. All right. So, where is my blend? There we go. Background music. How's this music? Okay, that sounds like a good music for the current mood we're in. Okay. All right. So, last time, um, you were all fighting against some vampires. The group, actually, of Ozzy, Amnon, Iron, and Liam um, were fighting against a vampire that was trying to kill Ozzy for some reason. Um, as you were fighting with it, um, you managed to get it. You managed to find a way to prevent its healing from working, and a second vampire joined the fight. But soon you got some unexpected allies, such as some ravens, as well as the guard captain Isaac, who appeared um, and helped you dispatch the last of the vampires before he continued on his way, trying to pursue any other vampires he might find. Cloud was running during that time towards the church, um, leaving the battle behind her. Uh, just as you basically finished with that fight, Yaila and Tehanu arrived at the church where the Count Strahd lands on his flaming horse, blocking the path towards the church. He asks Tehanu to give him the bones. After Tehanu fails to sneak past the horse, and Tehanu gives the bones to the Count Strahd, and then follows him inside, where mayhem happens inside the church. Various swarms of bats broke through the stained glass windows and attacked the people inside the church. People were running away, Yaila included, who hid behind a barrel and kept an eye on what was happening in the church. After Strahd uh, destroyed the bones by throwing them into the air and shooting a um, fireball at it that exploded and damaged a lot of the walls of the church uh, and the windows. He took some time to flirt casually with Irina and then slit Father Lucian's throat. Then, as he was leaving the church, he asked Tehanu if he wanted to come with him, to which Tehanu said, sure. He hopped on the back of the horse and they both left, riding into the misty night sky. And we're going to assume that this is where we left off last time. So my first question, well, a couple of things. Yaila, you last time you were adamant about uh, Tehanu being kidnapped because he was charmed but I remind you that he was not charmed as far as you know.
But as far as I know that Strahd. I saw Strahd mumbling a spell on him, and then I saw him completely change his actions.
You did not. You did not see him mumbling a spell. You saw him say "Hello, friend."
No, you literally said that Layla, with your perception, you noticed that he's mumbling something.
I probably did, but it was actually not a spell. So it was just his natural charisma or something that allows him to do that as an action. But it was not an actual spell. It was not charm person. So I made a mistake, and you did not see that happening. So yeah, you don't know that it's that he got actually charmed. So that's the first thing. The second thing, last time you kind of all forgot about Henrik, who was tied up. Although maybe you did tell me what you wanted to do with him, and I forgot. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah. So I'd like to know what you all want to do in terms of Henrik, as well as how you're all going to join up again, basically.
I mean, I say we release Henrik. There's no reason to keep him. When I figure we can either all meet up at the church or we can all meet up at the inn. It's up to you guys.
I thought we had did that stuff already. Did we not do that?
I thought so too, but I guess
yeah, you kind of did, but I wanted to like backtrack a little bit just to start fresh, because it was the end of the session, and Yaila thought that he got kidnapped, and then I realized during the week that she wouldn't know that, so I wanted to just set things back a little bit.
Okay, so currently, where are we all? Like,
we're
all at the vampire still, and Cloud is still running, like kind of in the middle of town, and then Yayla is at the church.
Yes, Yaila saw Strahd leave with Tehanu. You guys just finished off killing the second vampire, and there's still some chaos happening in town around you. But yeah, you're in front of the coffin maker's house.
All right, well, let's free the coffin maker, and then just meet up at the church and decide what people want to do.
Works for me.
Everyone cool with that?
Yep, same.
All right. So you're all meeting at the church.
That's right. Provided Yayla stays there and doesn't run off somewhere.
Yep. Okay, so Cloud would be the first to arrive on the scene, basically, at the church. Cloud, what do you want to do? Well, Yaila, are you staying there, by the way? Because still gonna take a few minutes to reach after what happened.
There's the image of the priest there, but he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he? Yeah, he'll get look.
He's totally dead. Slit throat and all.
And Irina's still alive, though. She's just sending him.
Yes, she is. She's shaken up.
Okay. Can I go ask her what did Strahd tell her?
Yeah. I don't really remember. He kept complimenting me and saying that he will make me his wife, that he'd give me riches and happiness, and I don't really understand what happened to the father. Oh, Father Lucian. Oh, God. She is distraught. Yeah, I'm gonna remove the dancing lights from Tehanu.
Can I go? Okay, I'm gonna go to the father and see if he's got anything. Without like being too obvious about it, just gonna look around, see if there's anything of value around him, any talismans or anything of the sort.
Do a perception check. You don't really find much. Just basically on in his robes, he has no pockets. You do find a symbol of the Morning Lord as a chain around his neck, as well as a thing with beads that he uses to pray or something like that.
Okay. And around me, there's nothing like there. Is there any anything that Strahd could have left behind? Any clues? Anything that he would have left, like even in the church in general?
If you want to investigate, it's not going to be without anyone noticing at this point.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, then investigation check. You don't really find much because you can see the church is pretty much destroyed. It's night. The lights have shattered. There's glass and wood everywhere. You can see some blood here and there, probably from people getting hurt trying to flee, as well as from the attacks from the bats. But there's nothing that just jumps out at you as being relevant.
Okay, in that case, I'll just go out and start. I'm assuming Cloud would be pretty close by.
Yes,
now?
as you've spent some time in investigation, this would be when Cloud arrives, as you're done with that. And the Ravens have gone, actually, so they're not there anymore. And Cloud arrives on the scene.
Are you outside the church?
Yeah, I was like going out to try to find you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like run up to the church then and just ask, like, look around, like, what's going on? Like, I just look really like kind of confused and panicked.
And I'll just summarize everything that just happened.
Okay.
So
We're not gonna
summarize
go
what
through
you
that.
know, which
Yeah.
is you saw Strahd come
Mhm.
and run away, right? Or
With
like go
Tahanu.
away with Tahanu.
Yes.
And then the priest is dead, but Irina is still here. The church is destroyed. That's all I would know, right?
Yes.
The Tahanu did try to get the bones inside, didn't manage to, and
Okay.
then suddenly kind of
Right.
switched sides and gave them to Strahd.
But you
even
saw
even if
him
I
with
don't
some
know,
sort of curse or not?
no, apparently I'm not
Okay.
supposed to know that. But let's even logically though, my character would have noticed something weird because his first instinct wasn't to give it the bones to Strahd; it was to try to go inside.
Yes,
By
that's
taking-
Tried to
perfectly
like
fine.
wrap around the
But then
horse
it
stuff.
changed. Yeah, his
Yes.
actions just
Okay.
changed. So something
So
happened.
something
but I
weird
didn't
happened
see,
to
yeah.
Tahanu, but he ended up like
But I don't
going with
know if
Strahd,
it's a curse
so
or yeah, I don't know.
okay. Okay. Well, what should we do now? Where's everybody else? Are they should we wait here for them?
I thought they were with you. So
No. Everybody I was running and then I looked around and everybody was gone. So I just kept making my way here and I don't are they coming?
let me
I
get on
thought
the roof.
Tahanu and you would be here, but maybe they're right behind us. I'm not sure.
Gonna get on the roof and check what's up.
Okay, so you climb on the roof easily enough.
I'll follow.
You as well, but slower because you don't have these two second story climb feet that she has. You arrive at the top of the church. It's a little, um, it's a little unstable because of the fireball that Strahd made explode at the top of the church to destroy the bones. Um, So as long as you don't go up the tower, basically where the bell would be, you should be fine. And you have a look. Do a perception check, please.
Both of
And
us?
yeah, or one of you with advantage. So whatever you prefer.
Okay, I feel like that's probably fine.
Okay. So you see that most of the city, most of town is empty. You see some smoke in the distance. You've stopped hearing. You notice that you've stopped hearing the screaming from people and the clashing of swords far in the distance. And it's night, so you're not able to see far enough, and you're not able to see where the others are, since it's a little over a kilometer away. So that's too far
Wait,
for you.
you really saying she's that far ahead of us? Because we're heading right there after we kill the vampires.
You're heading right there after killing the vampires, but let's see.
We'd be maybe a minute or two behind her.
Were we all dashing like she was? I thought she was dashing the entire time, like running. Are we all
Yeah,
running?
from Cloud. Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. You would be maybe 2 minutes behind Cloud. But it is night, and I think her dark
I can
vision
only
would
see
only
in,
get
like,
her 60 feet or
light.
something.
No, I can see everywhere, but as if it was just dim light, and I can't see color. It says you can see
Yeah.
in dim light. I'll just can I share it? How do I share this?
There should be like a bubble next to the
Right.
feet. Yeah. You can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light. Okay, so you can see, but it's still for 60 feet. So darkness for 60 feet would appear to you as if it was dim light for 60 feet.
No, darkness would what? Oh.
Yeah, your dark vision is a 60 feet radius around you that makes dimness look like bright light and darkness look like dim light. But it's still
But it
within
doesn't
60
say you
feet.
can see within 60 feet in dim light, as if it says you can see in dim light within 60 feet, as if the 60 feet only applies to the dim light. The way it's written though.
It's basically you can see in dim light as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light, and the whole thing is within 60 feet of you. I think Sammy might confirm or deny my interpretation of it.
Dark vision is a little wonky in 5e. It's very strange. There's many different interpretations of it. It's mostly up to the GM
Okay.
in how he wants to interpret.
Okay. But the way I see it is 60 feet, that's what you would get. You'd clearly see within 60 feet of you, but beyond that, it would just be normal darkness.
Okay.
So you can't see them right now, but you can assume that they are about to arrive soon enough. And it did take you some time to climb all the way to the top of the church. So yeah. What next?
So we can't see them there. Well, you said I can still see the smoke and stuff even if it's far away.
Yeah, because smoke with you can see the smoke and the fires mostly.
So we don't hear anything. Everything's silent. You said.
Yeah, it's mostly silent. Yes.
Well, what do you want to
You
do?
hear some people crying in the distance, but yeah.
I don't see any vampires.
No, you don't. Not in your vicinity.
No, I'm like asking Cloud, like, what do you want to do?
I
don't
think
see
we
anything.
should wait here for a little bit. I mean, let's maybe give him like maybe 15 or 20 minutes, as long as the area is relatively secured. I mean, you said Strahd left, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw him there.
I think that we should hang out here and wait for a little while and see if they show up. And if not, maybe we could retrace the path and see what happened to them.
Yeah.
Or
let's
do you
do
think we
that.
should try to meet up with them? I'm just worried we might miss them on a wrong street or something.
You're right. We can wait it out a little bit, and then we can go look for them if they don't show up.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Within a couple of minutes, you see the group approaching, running towards you, I assume. So you can all go down from the church and meet up with them. And from there, depends what you want to decide in doing. going to
I
the
believe
inn?
they wanted
or-
to go to the tavern last week.
Okay, so I assume you would give them the summary of what happened as well while you're walking towards the inn.
Yep.
You arrive at the inn, and let me just move everyone to the inn.
So we get to the inn without encountering anything. There's no vampires, no bodies, nothing on the way.
No, no vampires, no bodies, no people outside either.
Bam. That's good.
Yeah. Because the vampires mostly remained in the same area, and it was not near the inn. It was further east. So if you go beyond the inn and go further towards where the coffin maker shop is, that's where you would find the bodies and the dead guards and all that. Okay. Ozzy, I put your new token there.
Kind of looks like a hybrid between a wolf and a lizard.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, definitely a lizard.
Oh, it looks
When you
pretty
zoom
cool.
on it,
Looks
that's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah, it looks sweet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
cool.
What
All right.
kind of
Are-
dragon are you again? A
Gold dragon.
golden gold dragon? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Half human, half dragon.
All right.
Oh, you're half human? I didn't know that. I thought you were all dragon.
Well,
No, no, no.
Dragonborn is usually human with dragon blood in them.
Oh.
Yeah.
If I was full dragon, I'd be a lot stronger.
I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I mean, I guess I thought Dragonborn was like a type of small humanoid dragon.
Okay. No, it's their bloodlines basically. That's my understanding.
Dovahkiin.
Yeah.
It changes a little bit from edition to edition. Like in 3.5, you basically had to undergo a physical transformation from that, and only certain races. But in 5e, they're more of like an actual like race that exists that reproduces on their own and are a little bit more reptilian than the other race.
All right. So you all arrive at the inn. First thing you notice is the door open. Actually, yeah, it's open, so you can all move in. And you notice that the bar is pretty much empty at this time, which you would know is unusual, but considering what has happened, it's not very surprising. You do find two guys sitting at the in one of the tables, solemn-looking guys drinking their wine. No sign of the owners.
Free wine, you guys!
No one's home, really?
Doors
Two
open.
people. So let's go in and go
Hello?
sit.
First things first, let's go get. Well, okay. We know nobody's there, or we have to investigate.
Looks like there's people
There's
here.
these two dudes here.
So as you arrive, you see Danica come out of the kitchen, slowly walking towards the bar. Yaila, with your perception, you're able to see that she seems to be limping a little bit. And then she says, "Welcome again. What do you need?"
What happened to you?
Nothing. I don't see what you're talking about. I'm just a bit sad about what happened in town today.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm not. Why are you asking?
You seem. I thought you were hurt.
No, I'm fine. The fighting hasn't come all this way, so...
What did you see? What did you witness?
Well, I've mostly heard the accounts of a few people And then everybody left to find refuge where they could in their homes. I know some people went towards the church once the screaming started. But
Did any of the vampires come here?
no, we have been lucky in that regard.
You know, they've all been fought off.
I don't really know what happened, if they have been fought off or if the fighting is still happening at this time. Maybe if you find a guard, they might have better answers for you.
Can I get a pitcher of ale, your finest ale, please?
Again, I am sorry, but we only have wine in Barovia, no ale. And
Scotch?
I have no scotch either. I have the unfortunate news to say that most of the wine is almost depleted now, and we have been forced to increase our prices until the shortage is resolved.
Oh, jeez.
Is there something causing you to have a shortage?
Yeah, the shipments.
Vampires.
Well, the shipment hasn't arrived. It's a little late.
I think you went over that sidebar. You went over that like 2 sessions ago, I believe. Was that?
I don't think I have.
I could have sworn you mentioned something about the shipments not getting there.
It
And you-
might have been the Vistanis that said
The
that.
Vistani, yeah. We were supposed to help the Vistani get their wine. It's one of our quests, you guys.
Yep. Okay. So, what do you have to drink that isn't overpriced at this point?
Well, I wouldn't say overpriced. I mean, our wine is usually 3 copper pieces. Now it's 5 copper pieces. It's still a reasonable price.
Okay, I will take some of your 5 copper wine.
Very well.
I'm gonna rush up to the bar and ask for a pitcher of wine.
Okay. So you can all deduct, depending on if you want the fancy wine at 1 silver or the cheaper one at 5 copper. You can all deduct that from your.
How much is a
Wait.
pitcher of the cheap wine?
I'm not sure about the naming of stuff, but it says a pint is 5 copper or 1 silver, depending on the quality of the wine. I don't know if a pint is the same as a pitcher, but
I mean, a pint of wine is pretty good size.
Okay.
16
Pitcher of
ounces.
wine would be
That's a good.
16
That does
ounces
make a good
should
picture of
be-
sangria. You have
Yeah,
orange
that's
juice in the
3
back.
glasses, so that's a little less than it's a little more than half a bottle. So let's say I ordered 2 of those. Okay.
okay.
Wait, a pitcher is how much again? Did you say, Nara?
I said a pint is 16 ounces.
Oh yeah.
So then
okay.
that's like 3 glasses of wine, which is 2 or 3/5 of a bottle.
Yeah.
So let's just say I double it and we'll call that a pitcher. I don't know.
All right, the DM will defer to
Small
the
pitcher.
alcoholic. All right, and with that, she serves you your drinks, takes the money, and then says, "Will you need rooms for tonight as well?"
I'm thinking yes.
Very well. So there will be 1 electrum piece, and it will include the food.
Tell me again, is it 10 and 10 and 10? Or
What?
how many coppers is in a silver?
10, and then it's 10, 10, 10, but electrum is half a gold. So it's 5 silver is 1 electrum.
Okay, so the 5 silver is the night plus the food, but
Yes.
no booze.
But no booze, yes. Exactly.
5 silver is 1 electrum, and how many coppers is a silver?
10.
50. Or
Oh.
50 for 5. Yeah.
What?
Back, by the way.
10
Welcome
copper is 1 silver,
Yes.
Mhm.
but 5 silver is 1 electrum?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, I got it.
So think of the electrum as a 50-cent coin, kind of. So yeah, deduct the price for the food and the wine and the bed, and she gives you the keys. Says the same room as usual. You know the way. Will you need anything else from me?
You already told me she doesn't have fine food and spices and stuff, right?
No, you have not asked yet.
Okay. I will ask her if she happens to have 50 gold's worth of fine food and spices, or if she knows where I might be able to get it.
Her eyes go a little wide real quick. It says, 50 gold. That is a lot of food.
And it must be of the highest quality.
I understand. I shall prepare it for you and have it ready in the morning. If you would be so kind as to pay in advance, however, I would appreciate it. So she asked for the 50 gold in advance.
In advance, I'll give. That's a lot of gold to give in advance. Can I ask for proof that she has it, or, I'll tell her 50 gold is a lot to give in advance. You have to understand, we're not from around here. So
well, I understand. It's also very difficult for me to buy and prepare all of that food for that amount if in the end you may not even be here in the morning to pay for it and it will just spoil. That is why I require the payment in advance.
Would you be willing to do half? And I'll show you the other half?
If I can see that you have the total amount, then I will take half. Agreed.
Do you have somewhere private we could go?
I just have one question
look
for the
around
DM
the
first.
room a little bit.
I have a question
yes.
for the DM first.
Yeah?
I thought you had said in the previous session that basically she could give her any crap, like any amount of food, and as long as she pays 50 gold for it, then that's 50 gold worth of food.
Yes.
So she doesn't
just for role playing purposes, though. It has to be like
it's for the flavor.
It has to be the finest foods and stuff like that.
Yeah,
she doesn't need to prepare a lot
gold worth of rare herbs and fine food. It just doesn't really matter how much it costs, because it would depend on where you are.
Yeah.
But what I mean is that you can tell her to just prepare a small amount.
It would be a small amount of really expensive food or lots of really crappy food. But in the end, it's gonna be 50 gold either way. But yeah.
It has to constitute rare herbs and fine food to summon my companion.
Yeah, basically.
Sacrifice or something. I don't know.
Yeah. The amount is the important thing, but the fact that it's food, that it's high quality and all that, it's really more for the role play and the flavor to make it kind of more realistic. Because she needs high quality food in order to lure a beast to come and accept her as its new master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a fancy pet.
Yes, it is.
We're talking about this like just sort of out in the open, so I'm just gonna ask her, like, do you have somewhere private we could talk about?
Yes. Please follow me. And she goes. I'm just gonna move your token.
Okay.
It's gonna be easier. And you enter the kitchen, basically, and you can see. I'll just describe it. This room looks like the kitchen of someone who loves to cook. It has piles of pots, walls lined with utensils, and shelves of ingredients, and all manner of pleasant odors. 2 lanterns hang above a sturdy pine work table in the middle of the clutter. A pot of soup bubbles on the hearth. And with that, you're out of anyone's sight, and I assume you show her that you have the amount of money that she requires.
Do I notice that there is good quality food in the kitchen to start with? Or is the kitchen tidy and looking like good, high quality food could be made here?
Yeah, it would.
Okay.
So
So then
you
I will
like
show
seeing
her
the
that I
kitchen. You're
have
not
the
worried.
amount,
Yeah.
and I will give her half of it up front.
Yeah. Okay. She says, "Thank you. I will go out in the morning to gather the required ingredients, and I will prepare a feast that is worth the money you spent. You can trust me on this. You will not be disappointed."
All right.
Yeah, a huge omelet. All right, and with that, you go
Okay.
back, and
Yep.
she goes back and says, "If there is nothing more, I will return to the kitchen." Um, she gives you the keys to the room and says thank you, and retreats back to the kitchen.
Okay. Let's take a seat. You guys want to take a seat at this table over here?
Sure. I'm gonna buy wine also. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Just one cup.
Okay. All right. So with that, let's see. Do you guys want to do anything in the inn now, or you just want to go for your long rest, or anything
I think
else?
we should talk about what we saw today.
That's pretty
Doesn't
messed
feel
up.
much like talking right
Yeah,
now.
I'm talked out. I have been engaged in combat. I've walked across town twice. I'm sipping my wine and I'm just kind of brooding.
Can I check to see what if I overhear anything in the inn?
Yes, do a perception check. So you feel that the inn is rather somber. You don't really hear anything. You see the two guys out there are the only patrons, and they are just sipping their wine in silence. So there's really not much that you're able to hear.
Do we know? Like, do we recognize these guys? Have we seen them in the inn before, or in the tavern before?
You do not.
Anything interesting
Because
about them?
these are different people, right?
Yeah, they're different. New people. They seem to be rough sorts of people. By their
Like trouble?
yeah, maybe like they have scars.
I see.
They have, but they are wearing like armor, like leather armor, but also wolf belts, and it looks like they might actually be hunters. They have that look to them, but yeah, you don't really know who they are.
Can we tell if they're from the city or not? By looking at them, or
They do have the distinctive Barovian look to them.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you have either Barovian, Vistani, or other, and they're not in the other category or the Vistanis. Vistanis wouldn't be allowed in town anyway, so yeah, they're Barovians.
They look like they've been in a fight recently.
No, I wouldn't say you would see or notice anything like that.
finish that wine, Cloud.
You guys don't like when I get drunk and talk to people. It's just somebody else does it.
Yeah. Well, as long as you don't tickle them, you should be fine.
No promise.
So yeah, moving along. What do you guys want to do?
Should interrogate the guys.
Interrogate them.
Interrogate or talk to them?
What do they do?
Like
Like,
interrogate.
yeah. Ask.
Where
ask
were
them
you on the
questions.
night of 15 minutes ago?
Interrogate is a very aggressive form of questioning. So I just want to understand: are you like jumping in their face and being like, "Where were you
No.
on the night of da 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 da," or
No.
you just want to talk?
I don't know if they encountered or saw any vampires. What do they know about them? Or
Okay,
if they
so you
know
want to
anything
ask
about
them
Strahd.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like the whole group, I don't want to go by myself.
I'll walk over and ask them.
Okay.
I'll just keep my one.
I'll ask them if they were out tonight, if they saw anything or if they saw what happened in town today.
No, we have not seen what happened. We came a little late, I think. We don't usually fight with vampires either. If we see one of those, we get away. Our work is usually more about killing wolves than vampires.
You're hunters or trappers?
Yes, we are hunters that the Burgomaster hires to kill any wolves that come too close to the city.
I see. Does he pay anyone or is it just you guys?
As far as I know, we are the only hunters here employed by Valaki.
I see. Okay. I was just wondering if you saw it. Pretty crazy what happened. I heard there was a few very brave people who managed to take down 2 vampires by themselves. Just was wondering if the word had spread at all.
No, I have not heard that. Well, good for them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty sweet. All right. Yeah. I'll go back to the group and drink more wine.
Okay. And with that, I am going to jump real quick to Tahanu, saying that you hear some noise downstairs.
Downstairs.
He understands what I'm talking about.
There's a downstairs? Or did someone fart?
I'm talking to Tahanu, and he knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Does the noise stay downstairs, or should I just... Like, is it coming upstairs, that noise?
It seems to be staying downstairs. And you're starting to hear sobbing.
Shit, I wasn't expecting that.
Well, that's what you hear. Just want to let you know.
I'm gonna do nothing for now.
Okay. Alright, back to you guys. Anything else, or you want to go for your long rest now?
I want to ask the guards, why do they kill wolves? Or the guys, the 2 guys.
Wolves are vicious creatures. And they work for the devil most of the time, and we kill them to secure the place, to secure Valaki.
What does work for the devil mean?
Strahd, I think. I'd imagine.
I'm asking them.
Okay, you're asking them.
Yeah.
Work for the devil? Well, it is well known that the devil Strahd uses wolves to do his bidding quite often.
What can they do? What kind of stuff do they do?
Attack people on the roads. What else do you think they can do?
I don't know. That's why I was asking. We're not from here, so I just was curious. I mean, wolves are just wolves where we come from. They eat rabbits and, stuff like that. They're not
Well,
like spies.
you are lucky then. I suggest you go back to where you came from.
Wish I could, man. Wish I could.
Well, if you need any of our services, you know where to find us.
Are you staying here then? How long will you be in town?
Well, we will be here for a few days at least. And then probably after the festival, we'll have to go back and hunt some more wolves.
Oh, the festival. Have you guys participated in one of those festivals before? We haven't, but we were told that it's definitely something we should attend.
Well, festivals are mandatory, so of course you should attend. The last one, we have provided the town with many wolf heads for the wolf head jamboree. I don't know if you've been to that one.
Oh, I think that was happening on the day we got here.
I don't know. It was just a few days ago.
Okay. Well, have a good night.
You too. Yeah. All right. That's it.
I have one question for the DM.
Yes.
Over this long rest, can I get the feel of the item that I've been carrying around for a good few sessions?
Yes, you would do a 1 hour short rest, kind of, before going to sleep, I assume.
Okay.
To get the information about the item. That would be.
Okay.
And
yeah, then I'll do that.
Okay. And so with that, I'm just gonna
I have a
give
question
you
too
the
about my 8
information
hours
on
of
that.
work. Does it
Yeah.
have to be 8 hours of work all at one time? And do I have to have the rare herbs and fine food with me at the time? Or, like, can I do work ahead of time? I'm not really sure how this works.
That's a good
Because
question.
it's worded like this: with 8 hours of work and the expenditure of 50 gold worth of rare herbs and fine food, you call forth an animal from the wilderness to serve as your faithful companion. At the end of the 8 hours, your animal companion appears and gains all the benefits of your companion's bond ability.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
We can just bypass all of this by virtue of the fact that Cloud doesn't have any abilities or health to regain. So while we're sleeping, in theory, like while we're taking our long rest, she could be doing that, and then in the
I
morning,
think she still has to sleep though. At least a short rest. She can't just stay up for 40
She
hours.
can. She can.
She can?
Yes. Yeah. After a certain amount of days, I think that would be based on her constitution. She would start to get exhaustion points. But yes, she can.
but ultimately, like, I'm not talking about like staying up all night. We're gonna sleep 8 hours. She does work. She could take a nap or something like that in the middle there.
Yeah.
Like, just so that we can not have to worry about this question and just get to the meat and potatoes of the situation. So
Yes, she can do that, and I would allow it. One issue is that she would know that she would need to be in the forest to actually do this, not in the middle of town.
Oh, I do need to. Okay.
Yeah,
I
like
thought I could just summon it here.
There is one other issue with that. That the cook said that the food would be ready in the.
Doesn't
Yes,
say
that's
that you
the-
need to do the work after you have the food, though. You could do whatever the work is, the incantations or whatever it is that I'm doing as work, and then the expenditure of the food could come after that.
no,
Work all
I would
night,
say you would
spend
need the
the
food
food.
at the same time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I can't do it until tomorrow.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately.
I can't do it tomorrow either because that's the festival.
Is it?
If you're not in the city,
No, it's not yet the festival tomorrow. I don't think.
if you're not in the city, you don't have to attend the festival.
That too. Let me see. So no, tomorrow would be day 2, and the festival is supposed to be on day 3. So it's still not the festival the following day.
Okay. So if I go off on my own though and do this, I won't be able to partake in anything for 8 hours worth of gameplay, right?
Yeah, you could. Let me see. We could also just assume the following day you go do that at night if you sneak out of the city before they close the gates. If you want to
Well,
do
I'll
that.
miss out on the festival too, right?
No, you could go in the morning back into town.
And then also outside in the woods at night by myself
Yes.
in Barovia.
Yes.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Also is, yes. By the way,
well-
I'm just gonna show this to everyone. This is, well, I'm assuming that Sam or Liam would have shared what he discovered after identifying the item.
Yeah, I was gonna in the morning. I was gonna ask him about the symbol and see if I can do see if I can recognize any features of it to try to discern what it is.
Okay.
I just didn't want to do it now because to.
Well, now he doesn't know yet. It would be basically he would need at least 1 hour before he can actually figure it out.
Right, but I can also try to figure it out as, I could say, can I see it? And see if I can intuit anything.
Oh, okay. Well, if you can do that, yes. If he wants to hand it to you, for you to look at it, then yeah. Liam?
I was going to wait until morning, until after the long rest. I didn't want to keep, delaying that part of
Okay. In that case, yeah. In the morning, he would have already figured out how it works. He would already know what it does.
At that point, I just give it to Ozzy.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so wait, I'm confused. Is it morning now? What are we doing?
Unless you all want to do something before going to sleep, we can just assume you all went to sleep, long rest. This is morning.
For me.
Sounds good? Okay. Give me a second.
But specifically, I would explain to Ozzy how it works. And probably not anybody else, honestly. I mean probably
Iron?
Probably Iron, sure.
Yeah.
But my initial gut reaction is to, give it to Ozzy.
Okay.
I'm assuming you go and do this somewhere where, maybe to their rooms or something like that early in the morning where we wouldn't see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be kind of suspicious, right? Okay. So we
Yeah.
don't know about the symbol, and we don't know what it does or anything like that, okay?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Do I add this to my character sheet or something?
Yes. You can add this to your character sheet. Holy symbol of Ravenkind, and you have the item. What I'm going to do is, at this point, remove it from everyone's journal and just leave it in Ozzy's journal. So he knows he has this item and he knows what he can do with it.
Well, why don't you leave it in mine too, since I know what it does?
Okay. And Iron, since you wanted to explain it to her as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll just do
But
that.
Ozzy has it. I've taken it out of my inventory.
Okay. Good. Tahanu, what are you going to do? Because you said you are sneaking out. Where are you going for the night?
Oh, basically I spent most of the night there trancing and then sneaking out when I hear no noise, no nothing, and I know the path is clear.
Okay. Your trance is only 4 hours, so you would be awake before anyone else.
Yeah, that's whenever the whole place is quiet, I would sneak out.
Okay, and go where?
I guess I'd go for a walk in the area and try to get back and find, or just kind of wander around.
Okay, so you're not going to the inn?
Well, I guess I'm gonna check out the church and then the inn.
Okay. So I guess you already know what you would find in the church. You wouldn't find anyone there. It's a mess, and after that you arrive at the inn. It's empty. That's about it. There's really not much going on at this time. There are lots of guards doing patrols at night. While you guys were at the tavern, some guard came in, check in to see if there was any disturbance or any undeads in the area. Told you all to stay where you are, stay inside, and then he left to continue his thing. That's about it, I guess.
Okay, all right. So I didn't spot any undead on my way, or
no, you did not. You find lots of blood on the ground. You found lined up bodies in the square um, of people who had been killed, and that's about it.
Anything interesting on them?
They are covered by some sheet, and there are guards around. So I don't know just how much
Okay,
you want to see if they have
yeah.
anything interesting. Okay. All right. So you wake up. You all wake up. You go downstairs. You find Danica back at her post, basically. Urwin is here as well. You do see some bruises, and he seems to have been injured. He has like a bandage around the arm, and he says, "Good morning." He brings out the food, serves everybody. Um, he will ask Cloud for the remaining 25 gold and give her the food that she wanted. And Tehanu, I don't know what you want to do. Join them or not. Or if you were there when they woke up. Okay.
I don't know. So I was gonna talk about it after, but maybe while we're traveling to do the Vistani thing, like should I go and do this, or can we just like travel and spend the first 8 hours of the day, I don't know, doing something while I do this thing and
Do you
just
have to be back
skip
to
that
back
whole
8
part?
hours? Like, can't you do 2
What's
hours
that?
here? Can you do 2 hours one day, 2 hours another day? Or
It seems like it's 8 hours at a
Yeah,
time.
that's what she asked me earlier, and I ruled that it's 8 hours at a time. Um, it's what makes most sense for me, and
Okay,
that's
so
how
can we
I'm going
just
to be ruling it.
do we just want to like skip a day basically and call it 8 hours we went and
There's
I
no,
don't
but
know what.
there's 24 hours in the day.
Right, and just say we woke up at 6 a.m. and at 2 p.m. I summoned my wolf, and then we could maybe finish the rest of the day, go to the visit the Vistani or something like that. Or we'd have 2 p.m. until the rest of the day. Do you guys want to do that?
Yeah,
Just skip
so
over that
you
part?
you do have some time. You mentioned the Vistani. That will pop a thought in Liam's mind about. Oh yeah, I did notice that most of the Vistani have gems and pearls and lots of fancy jewelry on them.
What?
Yeah.
Liam thought about how Vistanis like having jewels.
Oh. Okay. So,
I'm all for going back to the sun.
um, so are we gonna skip to 2 p.m. or am
I
I
just
separating out? What's going on? What do we have to do here? I just don't really know how it's supposed to work.
Know that
Well-
if you are in the Vistani camp, your wolf would reach you because it like you would just be at the edge of the camp basically.
So can we say that I start now, and well, the time that we're walking, I'm doing this, whatever it is I need to do, stitch some herbs together, and then
can you do it
I'll
like, and
just
we
hang
still
out.
move with us? Like, we could. Or we
Yeah,
have to be
that's what
like
I'm
sitting
wondering.
somewhere.
I would say you would have to be sitting somewhere, but just not to be too much of a pain in the ass, I'll just allow it.
How long does it take to get to the Vistani camp?
Let me see the Valaki town. Maybe 20-25 minutes. Let me measure.
So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to role play while I take the 8 hours out? Or do you want to skip that part and just skip to 2 p.m. and say that you guys were just lazy bums the whole time and just hung around the inn?
I'm fine with that.
We were hungover.
Yeah.
We can roleplay it as we drank too much. We were kind of in.
Yeah.
But wait, the Tano's not here yet, so we should still. Wait, we shouldn't be going to the Vistani camp if we don't know what happened with Tano, though.
Let's just okay. How about this? What if I say, "Hey guys, I got my gold. I'm gonna go to the woods between here and the Vistani camp, just off the road, and work on summoning my wolf pet. You guys want to join me in a little bit?" And then
Sounds good.
and then I'll go there, and then I assume Tahanu is coming to the inn, right?
We
You
have
guys
no
can meet
idea.
up with him.
We-
I don't even know.
Well, I know we don't know that,
even
but
know his clothes.
you guys are gonna hang out at the inn
Mm.
for a bit.
I really don't think we should stay at the inn. There's no point in waiting because we don't know if he's coming back. We don't know if he has just switched allegiances and now he's with Strahd. We have no idea.
But
We might as well
I,
continue.
as a group, like in the group, I would say I think something happened to him. I don't think he switched sides.
That's fine.
It
but
was
we
too
have
abrupt.
Okay, but we don't have. Well, I mean, we don't have any proof that anything happened.
No.
Furthermore, we don't have any proof of what's happening next. If he has him, short of like storming the castle and going after Strahd, which I don't think we should do, like we really don't have
That
any
would
other
be
option. Continue the adventure, and hopefully he'll pop up somewhere along.
Okay. I don't know how you guys want to roleplay it then. We could maybe tell the innkeeper if somebody is looking for us to let them know where we went.
We're on our way to the Vistani. If
I just
if
have one thing
Tahani-
about our Vistani though. Like our notes said that the quest, the reward for it was potions to bypass the. But I feel that was the same reward for saving Arabelle.
there are no
We know
potions.
that's not true.
Yeah, we
the
know there are no
potions
potions
are
now.
a hoax.
Yeah. So what's the reward for it?
Well,
You
when
don't
we
know.
go
You
back to
haven't talked to
Vistani,
them
yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, we'll have to go back.
Yeah.
Um,
Otherwise, we'll be doing this for nothing.
No, we'll talk to him about a reward. I mean,
Hmm.
or we'll just take the wine and just drink it.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad solution.
As you are discussing what to do, someone is coming down from the stairs.
okay.
Yeah, some pajamas.
It's Irina.
Yeah. And she joins you. She says, "Good."
Is it like a walk of shame, or is it like
No, she seems to have she's not shaken up as much from the day before. She's like feeling much better now, strong, and she says, "Good, you're still here. I believe that our previous deal is still in order. You were supposed to get me to safety, and unfortunately I do not feel safe in this town. I hope that you will still honor the deal that you've made with my brother and keep protecting me a little while longer."
Okay.
That was easy. Okay.
Uh,
She nods her head towards
Shit, for
Emma.
real.
refresh me on the geography of the area. Is there any place like outside of the Vistani camp, the Serpool, Barovia, the village, and Valaki that's like actual civilization you know about?
The village of Kresk at the west, in the west. And Irina is going to say, if I might suggest something, Father Lucian talked to me about the Abbey of Saint Markovia in Kresk, and he said it is a place of good. Hopefully, I will find peace there.
In where? In what? What place?
In
I asked
the village
why.
of Kresk.
Oh. Okay. Kresk.
What?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about that place? Like, why would you feel like it's more safe than here?
I don't really
I mean,
know
clearly
much
this
about
place
this.
isn't safe either.
Yes, this place is not. However,
Don't know if
Father
anywhere.
Lucian was talking to me about the Abbey of Saint Markovia. He says that it is a place of good and it is a protected space.
That's what he said about this church too.
I know. I don't even know what to believe anymore. But
What if we just
Because
go
I feel
and
like I
kill
can hear
Strahd?
Tahana.
yeah, you kind of get these stupid jokes popping into your mind. You're not sure why.
Might be the wine from yesterday or something. But I can
Might
hear
be.
them.
Yeah. It's like he's still with you. um so yeah, she says that she's not sure where she can find peace, but she is ready to try by any means.
100 gold to the drow.
That just freaked me out. I'm not sure what you said, but
He
goosebumps.
said he'll give 100 gold to the drow.
Give 100 gold to the drow?
Yep.
No.
I mean,
She doesn't have 100 gold. And she already paid you guys. And the drow can try and steal her.
I whisper Cloud asking, what's your allegiance to this woman again?
I'm gonna whisper back to her like, we were paid by her brother to escort her to, air quotes, safety, and he didn't pay us that well, and he's already paid us, but she doesn't feel safe, so she thinks that we owe her a debt to keep her safe.
Sounds
And
like
I
you
think-
already did your job.
Yeah, well,
How about no?
How about we
I'm willing
can't
I'm
leave
not
her.
part of that deal. Liam's not part of that deal.
Actually,
I know we don't owe her. You were there? Oh shit.
she's
Well,
like
we kinda-
fairly
kinda
personable
failed,
though.
so-
She's not terrible.
But I kind of feel like we, the safe place that we provided her was protected by the bones, and we kind of failed on getting the bones back to the church.
We kind of instead gave them to Strahd.
Mm-hmm. So we kind of took away her safe place to be.
I don't
Yeah.
think it
That's
was very safe.
debatable
This
though.
whole place, there is nowhere safe. There is
Yeah.
nowhere safe.
That was.
I mean, I don't mind if she tags along with us.
We swore to protect
Well,
her.
nobody
and
paid
get her to
me.
safety. Well, then it's a choice for you. I vote that we protect her and honor our pact to her brother.
She's
You know me,
invisible
Ayla.
to me.
Come on. You know me. Once I set my mind on something, there's nothing changing it.
What does that have to do with anything?
I said I'd help her.
You could help her, but she's invisible to me.
I'd like to help her.
She's pretty cute, so I'm inclined to help her.
Liam
I'm
stifles a
indifferent.
chuckle.
Hush, demon.
We
Demon.
She
we
says
seem to have come to an
she,
accord.
she says I will let you discuss this while I grab my breakfast. Because she's being a little bit uneasy at all the discussion around that. So she just goes and grabs some dinner,
Kinda
some breakfast, and
swindling us
sits.
again.
Little. She didn't swindle you. She gave you the money. She gave you the promised
Wasn't very
50 gold.
much.
Wasn't
We
very much.
accept-
She still accepted.
Yeah, it was based on the agreement we had, right?
Yeah.
Guess we should have negotiated more money?
Yeah, I felt like once we got her here, our agreement was done. But you guys
I
are like honor
feel
bound
like
and stuff. I'm just
This
indifferent.
is a normal person. What would you do
Yeah.
if you were in this situation?
Yeah,
but
she's
then
like,
why
and
do we
that's
owe
why
her
I'm kind
more
of just
safety
like,
than everybody else in the city?
yes, yeah, like I couldn't just leave somebody to like die, But I feel like she needs to take care of herself like anybody
She's
else.
in a city with a lot of other civilians. We're not leaving her in the middle of a forest.
Yeah, but
Yes, but she's specifically targeted by Strahd.
yeah,
He-
this is not.
He's not gonna
normal-
kill her.
I think she should just give in.
He had the chance. He had a chance. He was right in front of her. He could have taken her if he wanted to, and he didn't. I feel like she's perfectly safe where she is right now.
She's
He had
not
the
safe.
choice to take. Really, because
Like-
he had the choice to take her with him, and he didn't.
But that's not what he wants. He wants to manipulate her. He wants to take her on his terms in the way that he wants to. And he started that
And
process
how-
back in the other town.
How will we? How is her coming with us save her in any way?
Like, if she feels like she's gonna be safe
I
in this
have no
place,
idea, but
I'm
She's just
compelled
gonna be
to help her get there.
really. So you want to you want to drag her along in any kind of adventures and put her in more danger than being in a city?
Yep. I'm
Because
gonna
we
take her
would,
to.
right now, if Strahd were to come and take her in front of us, we wouldn't be able to do anything. Trust me. I was there. I saw him.
She seems to be willing to want to take that risk.
Yep, it's her call. And if she feels like she's gonna be safe at this abbey or whatever it was, I say we take a trip and we take her to the abbey.
Well, I don't want to add a civilian to our group, but
Haven't I seen Irina fight before?
haven't.
You haven't seen her fight before? I don't think. But she does seem to be a quite capable woman that has armor and sword and all that. She's not. Yeah.
I support the Me Too movement. I say, bring it, sister. We believe in you. You can do anything any man can do, including join our adventures.
That's not the Me Too movement whatsoever.
is there a way?
I think you may have missed the movement, dude.
If
It
these
kind
other
of
ladies
is,
don't want
Nissa.
to support you
No,
in
it's really
empowering yourself, I empower you.
Strahd wants to rape her, okay? So it is part of the Me
But
Too
saying,
movement.
"Oh, Me Too," you can do whatever a man can do. That has nothing to do with Me Too.
Oh, I didn't hear him say that.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
It's completely unrelated.
Yeah, it's unrelated.
So
Is it possible for her to join us even though our party's not in agreement?
What?
or do we just split the party in half?
I mean, I
Like,
think
no, I'm genuinely
I think the
serious.
majority. So if it's you and Iron and Liam and Amnon are all in agreement, I'm indifferent, and Yayla's like no, then
So what happens then?
I think that you just either do whatever you want, and Yayla gets salty, or it's you just kind of I don't know how that works. If we can't agree, then. But can we do a check to just sort of gauge? You said she seems a little different. She seems a little stronger. Before she was very scared, very meek, and now she seems a little emboldened. Is there a way to
Yes.
gauge like how strong she may be in combat through doing that?
Do an investigation check.
Investigation check. Can we sort of just like eye her up like all together sort of thing, or
Me
not
and you.
really?
You can do me and you because we're
Because we're
not.
both kind of just like.
I mean, Iron and Liam and Derek. They and Azzy actually. It's 4 versus 2 actually.
Okay. So you can definitely size her up and see that she seems to be strong. Not overly powerful. She doesn't seem to be as strong as you guys are, but she does have some muscle. She does seem to be to have like a confident step and keen reflexes from what you've seen of her. So she doesn't seem like she would be so much of a burden.
Can I make an out of character comment?
Yes.
Oftentimes, when we hear like in D&D, when you hear things like, you hear an NPC say, "I really want to go to X location." Oftentimes, that's the DM nudging us towards a direction. That's why I'm kind of fighting this so hard.
No, I do think that we need to do that, and that she should come with us. I'm just trying to see if she can she participate in combat, or is she going to be a liability kind of thing? Remember that one guy in the last campaign that was actually pretty strong when it was like an NPC that came along with us, and he was like pretty good at also like doing combat stuff.
Yeah, he destroyed everything. He wrecked.
Yep.
I'm just wondering if she. I want to know: is she somebody we need to protect, or somebody that is capable of protecting herself, but worse, they're more strong? In
She would look like she would be able to protect herself, but not if she's all alone. Basically,
Right.
That's why she would still need you if she wants to travel.
Well, fine. You can travel with us, but I am not gonna go out of my way to protect her.
That's fine. I will.
Yeah,
Same.
that works for us.
Like,
Yeah,
I-
I'm gonna stick to the like sort of indifferent side. I mean, like I'm a good person generally. Like if I saw anybody being attacked, like I would jump in, right? Can I ask out of character, like, Nisa, what's your alignment?
Can't tell you that.
You can't tell me your alignment?
You have to
Okay.
figure that out.
Oh, I thought it was common knowledge. Okay, cool. So just judging
I
by
don't know yours either, but
okay.
right, it's not
She's evil.
DM. Is
This
it
part of
common
the
knowledge?
I don't think
Yeah.
she's evil. I definitely
What?
think she's
Well-
chaotic, but
Is
What,
it
what
common
was the
knowledge? I
question?
don't feel like it is. The
I
alignment.
just
It's
yeah,
something we have to figure out, right?
You can tell if you want to.
you don't have to though.
But
right?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
I would say that most people, even if they are evil, they don't consider themselves as evil because
Oh, yeah, that's true.
they would always consider their actions just. They just have a different perception of things. So, I would
Chaotic evil
like
is
if you
definitely-
ask someone, "Are you evil or good?" You would rarely get "I'm evil" as a response.
I mean, I feel like an evil person knows they're not good. Obviously, if you
It's a
murder
matter
people for
of-
the sake of murdering or
But
just for
sometimes
fun or
bad
for stealing,
people
it's
think
Yeah.
what
they
they're
know.
doing is right.
Sometimes, yes.
It's a matter
Yeah.
of perspective, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I just was curious. Like I wanted to look more into this.
Like if
I
you
wanna- I'm
enjoy
looking at the-
torturing,
I'm looking at the alignments
people.
now. So.
Yeah. Okay. Let's close off this little chapter here. From what I heard, the cats are not really open to Irina. The rest of the team seem to be okay with her. The paladin wants to protect her at any cost. That's kind of the conclusion of what I heard. Sounds about right? Okay. And so with that,
At least for my part.
yeah. And so with that, I'm going to assume that Irina gets welcomed into the group. With what promise? You'll get her to Kresk, or she can travel with you until she finds a safe spot.
Take her to Kresk.
What was that?
I say if she says that she's going to be safe when she gets to Kresk, like as in honor of the agreement with her brother, we'll get her to Kresk. But at that point, like our duty is fulfilled.
Okay. All right.
Unless
So
anyone disagrees.
yeah, that's the question as well. Does
I'm in agreement
everyone?
with it.
Okay. So you let her join back with the condition that we can get you to Kresk, but if you're still not safe there, there's nothing more we can do for you. And
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't know that like if we get to that temple and Strahd has burned it to the ground and he's waiting for us, I'm not gonna be like, ah ha ha, you're on your own. I'm gonna let her know, like, hey, look, this is it. But at that point, who knows? Like, we don't know what's gonna happen when we.
okay. Right. She says, fair enough. I accept those terms, and I am gracious that you have accepted the task that has been agreed upon. Again, thank you. And she is now part of your party. So you lost one, you gained one.
Wait, can I request that Tehanu actually roleplay her now?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, let's see you brush up your lady voice.
Oh god, Jeff doing the voice of Irina, that's gonna be funny.
Yay, we want to hear that.
I'm not proficient in that.
Damn, Irina, you're sounding a little hoarse. Did you not feeling well? You sounded really rough.
It's the dust from the church. Alright. Moving on. What's next? What do you guys want to do for today?
How can
I need to do
what?
the 8-hour thing, or it's gonna end up really awkward.
So that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Like, how far is that town with that church? And in relation to along the way, is there woods for
Can
Cloud
I
to
walk
do her?
and do my work at the same time?
He said you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Distance-wise, let's see. It would be about 6 miles. A bit more, probably. Yeah, like 7, 8 miles, maybe.
We're gonna take a very
Irina
leisurely
isn't
saunter.
exactly sure.
So we could just take a very, like, a stroll. We're not gonna like forced march. We're just gonna walk calmly and slowly, so that we take our time, so that Cloud can do her like pet thing that she has to do, and make our way there. So we'll definitely get there within 8 hours, but we're gonna slow it down so that she has enough time to do her thing.
Okay.
Like we're taking in the sights, maybe. I don't know.
I have one thing, and it's a little bit of a wrench in the system.
Uh-huh.
I kind of want to check out that windmill that we passed on the way into Vallaki.
But we weren't supposed to go in there.
Then, sure, but we're stronger now.
True. I feel pretty strong.
Yeah.
Where is the windmill in relation to the town? In
East of
relation
Vallaki.
to
It's east of Vallaki. It's not that far. And you see Amnon flexing his muscles.
All right, let's go. I'm down to check it out. If there's evil there, it needs to get stomped out.
Wait! Don't you guys remember the Raven? Don't you guys remember the Raven?
The Ravens came and helped us fight off the vampires, so
The
I don't
Raven,
think it would be
warned
bad.
us hardcore against that wind.
But we were level 3 though. We're stronger.
What's Irina got to say about this?
She
Wait, she
doesn't
gets to have
have
a say too?
an
Trying to see
opinion.
what the DM thinks.
Oh, okay. I do not understand that.
Shut up, Nisa.
Sorry.
The
You didn't mean
DM
that.
says go for it. Irina doesn't really know much about that place other than it should be avoided.
Opposite direction of where she wants to go, though.
Yeah.
It's not that far out of the way. It's
Not-
maybe
not
an
so far.
extra hour.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna tag along and be doing my work. Can my work be interrupted or no?
I'll allow it to be interrupted, and we'll just say it will take you a little bit more time to get back into the groove or whatever.
Okay, so I need to keep track of how far we've traveled then and what I've been doing?
I'll do that, or we'll just assume at some point
Okay.
that you've done enough of it.
Okay, I'm going to make sure I got to give her the rest of the money too. Give me 1 second. So I got my food and my money now, yeah?
Yes.
Is there a way that I need to keep track of that, the extra food, or no?
No, you can just put it in your character sheet any way you like. As food, 50 GP worth of food, or food for wolf, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah. Alright. Either way, I don't think that in 1 or 2 weeks you're gonna say, wait, did I buy food or not? You probably will remember that you did,
yeah,
so
I've got okay, cool.
so it doesn't
We'll
really matter
remember
that much. Alright, so you're all going out. You want to go to the windmill?
Yep.
Alright. That was a fast decision. I am glad. You get out of the inn. Tihanu, where are you, by the way?
I'm just standing and arriving in front of the inn.
Alright. So you get out of the inn, and as you come out, you see a familiar figure standing right there.
Hey.
So Hanu, is that you? Is he far away or like close enough?
He's like right there.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna ask, is that you? It's stupid. I thought he was like really far, but no.
It's like how far is that? 30
Alright.
feet.
Okay. So I'll ask. Oh, what happened to you? But I'll put my hand on my daggers. Or my dagger, because I only have one.
You betrayed us. Kill him.
No. But I'm not sure if he's still working for Strahd or not.
Well, I found myself a nice horse. Nightmare, beautiful hair. Too bad my animal handling isn't that good.
What?
You escaped
Cloud,
on a
join
horse.
us.
You escaped
Are
on
you
a horse.
serious? He has a nightmare with him?
Why did you go with Strahd? Why did you give him the bones?
Well, I tried working around that horse. I couldn't get in. I felt really like this. He was asking so politely. Like I don't know why I couldn't. Felt like I had to or obey, and like he asked politely for the bones, and I gave them to him. Too.
You didn't want to.
But somehow I felt like this guy was an old friend, and that I could trust him.
Do you still feel that way about him?
Nope,
Oh.
it's really weird.
Didn't you like ride away on his horse with him?
I did. He invited me to check out his castle and ride on a horse and such.
And he just let you leave?
Yeah, I mean,
Or did you sneak away?
the best friend ever.
How did you get
Really
back
cool
here?
guy. He threw me into a fire.
He threw you into a fire?
Then I just kind of reappeared here. That sounds really legit, does it?
No.
Quite understand it myself.
So he threw you into. So what'd you guys do? Did you have dinner or something?
Not even.
He didn't even take you to
I kind of
dinner.
wish I
He
did.
didn't even get you dinner. He just kind of had his way with you.
Poor Don was hungry.
Like, he made me ride that funny horse, and we landed on the castle. He just showed me around a little bit, but I don't actually remember anything of the castle besides the landing. And then
But you
appeared
remember
into-
that he still showed you around?
Oh, I remember that we entered the castle, and then everything in there is a blur. When I got out, it was through like a portal of flame in some sort of basement.
Can we tell if he's saying the truth or lying?
You can do an insight check.
So just to complete the story, myself on the second floor of that coffin maker shop again. So I just spent the night there, barricaded in one of the rooms because I didn't really want more stuff to happen to me that night, and I joined you
That's
guys
where
here.
you ended up? In the
I am-
upper floor?
I'm confused on how
Right.
you ended up at the coffin maker's house. Hello?
I'm sorry I didn't get the question.
Oh, I just didn't hear how you got to. You just woke up at the coffin maker's house, or that's all you remember? Do you remember how you got there?
I went through a ring of fire, and then I instantly appeared in that coffin maker's shop.
Oh.
Okay.
Assume is probably how those vampires appeared there.
They just have like a teleport in the middle of town?
Looks like it.
What the
Portrait
fuck?
before, so can recommend heartily to anybody.
Did Strahd hurt you at all?
No?
Did he touch you?
This sounds like, did he touch you on your pee-pee?
Yeah. point on the doll where he told me he touched you.
Point on the picture where the vampire touched you. No, I see him. I'm unharmed, and I know the guy just like.
So are you working for him now, or are you still our friend? Answer truthfully, please.
Is that always?
Honestly, I don't know why he invited me to.
Yeah, why would he invite you there and then just let you go?
I suppose he wanted to check out, see if I was worth anything. Didn't kill me.
Why would he let you go though?
He's toying with me and us.
Wait, check your neck. Did you check your neck for bite marks? Did he bite you?
Hmm.
Is that a no?
Tahano?
His light is lighting up green, but we can't hear him.
Oh.
Oh.
Tehanu,
We lost
he
Tahano again.
he asked. He disappeared again. He asked if you have any bite marks, and he's waiting for you to answer.
He did bite me.
Oh.
He bit you.
Yeah.
Oh shit. He's gonna turn you into a vampire.
Well, apparently I'm still not a vampire. You have
still
permission
what?
to kill me if I turn into a vampire?
You're still not a vampire though. Does he have to bite you 3 times? Same with Irina.
Yeah, well, I guess you can bring me to Crest and bring me to safety.
Yeah, can you give us 50 gold for it, please? Transport you anywhere.
Nice.
The services ain't cheap.
So,
I mean, that's
did you guys just become an escort service?
Yeah.
not what
We're
an
accepting
escort
any
service
and all
is.
people who've been bit by vampires.
Well, you're escorting people from town to town, so.
One bite is 25 gold, 2 bites 50 gold.
All right, you guys just found a way to get rich in Barovia.
Damn it, I thought the pie was expensive.
And speaking of pies, Amnon, you do not have any pies left.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'll try to resist the urge. I'll go to cold turkey.
Do a constitution check.
Okay. May not go over very well.
It might not. Let me just grab my. So, okay. Let me see. You do your constitution check. Okay. What is supposed to happen with that?
So you're riding the nightmare right now? Or were you kidding?
No,
No,
he's
it's
just on foot.
Oh. Okay, I thought he said he rode
Pretty
in
nice
on my
horse.
nightmare.
Yeah, it was a nice horse. Too bad my animal handling isn't that good.
Oh, right. Yeah, except it's not an animal.
You would have been so jealous, would you?
Yeah, really jealous. But it's a fiend, so I can't do anything about it anyways. It's not a real animal.
Yeah. Amnon, you feel the need to eat some more pie. You can't find it, and you feel like the shakes coming, but you're able to just resist and say, "Okay, not today." You shrug it off.
Did it, guys? I'm on my path to
recover.
sobriety. Yeah. I'll slowly replace my pie addiction with a nice, healthy booze addiction.
Are you gonna get the shakes?
Am I gonna get the shakes? Yeah, maybe not. I still have my pipe to smoke. I'll just keep smoking that.
All right. Did you guys finish the discussion with Tehanu? What happened there?
I
So
think
Tehanu,
that's
it looks like we're gonna go do a little side venture to the windmill. Are you feeling up to joining us?
That lovely place? Well, I'm curious to check it out.
Well,
But first, a
join us.
question.
Let's go.
What's the question?
You're all brown now. What happened to your face, Paladin boy?
It's always gold. This is like
You got a suntan or something.
You're just looking at him from a different light.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's showing his left side. I told him to show his right side because it looks better.
Okay. Was that really your question for them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys all leave the inn. You get to the town of Valaki itself, and you can hear You can see lots of guards around. The streets are mostly empty. People are still scared. Why is the sound didn't change? There you go. There's lots of guards around. The streets are mostly empty. The guards are looking at you, making sure that, like questioning you, making sure that you're not like vampires or anything. Um, Tensions are high, and then you start seeing criers in the street, just walking down the street and crying, "All will be well, all will be well. The Baron will, not the Baron. The Burgomaster delays the, uh, what the fuck was the name of that festival again? The Festival of the Blazing Sun. 2 days hence." All will be well. All will be well. And they're just, you know, yelling, announcing to everybody that the festival is delayed for 2 days from now.
Oh, for 2 days.
Yeah.
So they're cleaning everything up and getting things ready, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Due to what happened, they felt the need to delay the festival to get things sorted out.
I'm gonna whisper to Azzy as the de facto leader-ish dude. You think that they blame us at all for any of this stuff? Like, nobody's come to question us, but I'm a little
No.
worried about getting back into the town.
None of this had anything to do with us. Like,
You know?
it happened to happen around the time we came to town, but we didn't steal the bones. We didn't cause Strahd to attack.
We let the vampires out though.
Kind of.
They were gonna. We don't know that we let them out. They were probably gonna come out anyways because the bones weren't there and it was night.
Yeah, stealing stolen property doesn't count as stealing.
That fair enough, yeah.
I don't think it's the first time the vampires have attacked.
Yeah, like this like very well has probably happened before, and it probably will happen again. But it's just a coincidence that we happen to be here for it. They're probably lucky, if anything, that we were here to help do what we did to end some of the vampires that were here.
Well, if that can help you with anything, while I reappeared into that coffin maker shop thing, I tried to search the room, the upper rooms, and whatever. And the only thing I found with my perception is that the presence of the vampires there is not recent. It's been going on for.
Yeah, makes sense. We just happened to be here when the manure hit the window.
Grab your shovels. We're going to the windmill now.
Yeah.
All right.
Adventure time.
Did you guys want to drop by the Vistani camp first?
Is
'Cause
it on
Lee-
our way? Or it's got
No.
a detour.
It's the other door
Yeah.
from the
No,
town.
it's the opposite direction.
Okay. Just because Liam wanted to go there. All right. So with that, you leave town by the east gate, and you end up in Barovia. And so you can see from the map. If you don't see the map, zoom out in whatever you need to do to put yourself. Oh, there's Arabelle. I'm just gonna remove her.
There's Arabelle. I lost her.
Yeah, I mean,
And there's Kieran too.
yeah.
True.
All right, so there's Ozzy. Kieran will delete.
No,
Rip.
Kieran.
Be right back, you guys.
Come on. There you go. All right. You can follow the old Svalish road. Let me just see.
How far is this to the windmill, by the way?
I'm trying to calculate that following the road. I don't know if you can actually see the measuring tool. I think you can, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
2 miles, 3 miles, 3.3 miles.
With all of those labels, I can't even see if I'm on the road or
20
not. So it's about 6 miles down the road. If I'm not mistaken, it's 3 miles per hour move speed. Right?
Well,
That would be like normal walking speed, like as a normal human.
we just. But this is woods, right?
No, it's a road.
Yeah.
There's woods.
Even if it was woods, we could still do tough terrain at normal speed.
No. I'm just trying to find out for Nara or for Cloud's wolf thing. Can we kill 2 birds with one stone without killing a bird, and make it so that during the jaunt to the windmill?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's all I'm asking.
He's-
So
The
keeping
thing
track of the
with about the
distance.
town is that the town is fortified, so the wolf wouldn't be able to like get into town without the guards basically killing it.
So what time are we leaving Valaki?
You had the
Is it
little
like-
discussion
It's like 9
and
a.m.
all that. No, even earlier than that. More
7
like
a.m.
7, yeah.
Okay, so it's 7 a.m. If we take 8 hours to get to the windmill, that puts us at like it's just the early afternoon, right? It's like
It'd be
3
like-
or 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it'd be like 2.
2
Well,
o'clock.
it depends what time we
So-
left.
So it's
7.
it's 3 miles per hour. So it would take you about 2 hours to get there. Okay.
But we're killing time so she can finish her thing. So we're looking at butterflies, we're picking flowers, and we're weaving them into our scales.
Yeah,
It's
that's
okay.
that's normal travel pace. You can
It's
take
still gonna be
slow
like 2
travel
hours.
pace, which would allow you to use stealth, and it's 2 miles per hour. So it should take-
However,
Yeah.
you guys want to make it
Yeah,
work.
It's not.
Let's
I'm not
just-
going to be able to summon my wolf before we go into the windmill. I think is what he's trying to say. But he will
not?
allow us to be interrupted.
yeah,
We can
I'll
do-
allow the interruption.
Why can't we just walk even slower?
Well, we just like if we get to the windmill, we can just camp. Like if
Yeah,
what's
like-
in the windmill is gonna be really bad. I don't want to. If you're gonna have like I feel like you having a pet's gonna be a pretty good benefit for us.
Right. So okay, we get to the windmill and we say, finish your thingy here while we're because it's not the windmill's not fortified,
And you
correct?
guys will have a picnic.
Yeah.
Well, 1 or 2 of us can go investigate the surroundings of the windmill, while you and the rest of the group like finishes up your wolf thingy. Does that make sense?
If the DM allows it.
I would allow it, but that would mean you would spend 5 hours waiting for her to finish her thing before you enter the windmill.
The windmill, yeah.
Like 5-hour picnic.
It's fine.
I hope you
I mean,
brought a book.
Does anyone else object? Like, I don't want to like unilaterally decide for everyone, but does anyone else object? Or if you do, speak up now, and we could just go in without the wolf or whatever animal it's gonna be. Or if you don't mind waiting until Cloud gets her pet, like speak up. And I just deleted myself. Oops.
Well, yeah. If it's gonna be dangerous, then I'd rather her have the pet. But I mean, it is also a long time. Like I don't know. What did Liam want to go to the Vistani camp? Maybe we could do that in the meanwhile. Maybe.
I ask
I mean,
you, do you
guess we
think
kinda-
a bunch of level 4s with a wolf can tackle whatever's
Can
in
we
there
get a
that the
hint?
crows warned about?
That's what the most time effective way to do things would be.
What's the question or the hint for
Just
what?
don't know what we should do to be like effective with our time. Should we
Liam
go to the
has no
Vistani
strong
camp?
feelings one way or the
Did we-
other.
Yeah, I'm kind of just as lost
Windmill.
as you. It's like it's
They
really
want
up
me
to
to have
you.
my pet before we enter the windmill and enter into combat.
If that's what you want to do, then do it. Otherwise, you can just go right ahead. It's really up
Can
to
you put
you.
my token back on?
We have two
Just drag and drop it from the journal into the map.
Oh, cool. Okay, let's just do it very, very quick. Does anyone object to us having a 5-hour picnic while Cloud gets her pet in front of the windmill?
I'm fine with it. At the end of the day, we just sit here and just say like 5 more words.
Can
Mr.
I?
Coast didn't
Okay,
sleep.
we're done.
Can
So
I
that's
invent-
decided. Let's to close that topic. Let's do that.
All
Can I
right.
manufacture arrows out of the woods nearby or something?
That That's a good question. Yeah.
I mean, I got hours to kill.
And
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
in the
do that.
meantime, can we like walk around and like, because let's say we're just outside of the windmill. Can a couple of us or whatever like walk up to the windmill area, like staying not quite walking into it, but close enough so that we can investigate the outer environment? Or is that would you rather just leave us having a picnic?
Can you repeat the question? If you can do what?
While Cloud is making her, she's doing her ritual, right? We're just right outside of the space of the windmill. Can one or two or three of us go and just kind of investigate the outer environment around, like in the periphery of the windmill, without like actually going in and knocking on the door?
Yes, yes, you can do that. First things first, when you are about half an hour away from the windmill, you've been on the road for about 2 hours and a half, and you see. I'm just gonna read it for you. Your presence in this dreary land has not gone unnoticed. A raven follows you for several minutes while keeping a respectful distance. Then more ravens begin to take an interest in you, and before long their numbers swell, and soon hundreds of them are watching you. And they're all following you.
They're all back.
Yeah, so you have a bunch of ravens following you at this point. I'm gonna keep rolling. Okay, so they follow you. I don't know if you want to do anything about that or not, but as you arrive to the windmill, alright, that would be. Alright. So the old Svalish road transitions here from being a winding path through the Ballynock Mountains to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into a fog-filled valley. In the heart of the valley, you see walled town near the shores of Great Mountain Lake. Its waters, but yeah, you already know all of that. A branch in the road leads west to a promontory, atop which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wooden vanes stripped bare. And I will just move all of you to this place here. Let's zoom in. And I'll move all of you guys to this place here to let you see. Let's see, who is there? One,
That's
two,
not the
three,
right
four,
token of
five.
me.
Yeah. You can just delete and drag the new one, or I'll just drag it. There you go. Who's missing? Tahan was missing. Okay. All right.
More like drag on.
Nice.
I didn't get that, but okay.
Dragon,
Yeah.
like
More whiskey.
as in Dragonborn. More like drag on. Never mind.
Like drag the
I
token?
Yeah.
Okay,
drag
okay, okay.
on like dragon.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. All right. So the onion domed edifice leans forward and to one side, as though trying to turn away from the stormy gray sky. You see gray brick walls and dirt-covered windows on the upper floors. A decrepit wooden platform encircles the windmill above a flimsy doorway leading to the building's interior. Perched on a wooden beam above the door is a raven. No, the raven you've already met, and it's already gone. All right. However, you do have. Let's see here. You were followed by two swarms of ravens that are still following you, and they are still here with you. Whoops. Right here.
So I'm kind of confused about something too.
Yes.
Because I thought we had talked about how ravens were spies of Strahd. But they're also not spies of Strahd?
No.
Or was it ravens are not spies, but crows are?
Bats are the spies of Strahd.
Wolves
Um,
and bats only, but not crows.
Crows are a sign of good fortune, or ravens are a sign of good fortune.
Okay, but have we talked about crows?
I don't
I
think
thought
anyone
ravens and crows
mentioned
are the
crows. Yeah, it's the thing that you've heard. If my memory serves me right, is that the Irina said ravens are a sign of good luck, or that they should be trusted, or something like that. And while sitting with the Vistanis at dinner, they said that ravens carry lost souls within them, and that killing one is bad luck. But that's pretty much all you've heard about that. About that,
And we watched them come to our aid when we were fighting the vampires.
you did. Yes.
Okay. So
Mhm.
is there anything that we can see in the environment around, like in the
Yeah.
area
So
around?
beyond the windmill, you see a forest, and uh, once you arrived atop the windmill hill, you can see a ring of 4 squat megaliths at the forest's edge.
Mega what?
Megaliths.
What is that?
What is that?
It's like
Like large stone.
Stonehenge.
Like
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Like Stonehenge, basically, like
Okay,
huge
okay,
stones,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
Monolith.
Monoliths.
Megaliths.
Megaliths.
It's like bigger than monolith, I guess. I don't know.
Can I go?
Okay.
Um, So yeah, you see 4 squat megaliths at the forest's edge. You can see some ravens that seem to be circling in the air above the stones.
Go investigate the megaliths. Who's good at investigation?
Nobody responds.
Oh, I'm good at investigating things.
Well, let's approach and see if we can take a look at those. I'll go with you so that you're not alone. But if you
Okay.
could, I'll assist in your investigation. I just don't want to do it because
Oh, I'm good at
not-
investigation. My bad. I was not paying attention.
It's
I
okay.
forgot if I had. Okay.
So why don't you two go? Like, I'll stay just behind in case something happens. But why don't you guys go up and take a look at these megaliths?
Okay, I think Liam's is higher than mine,
Okay.
so I'll
Well-
let him roll for it. But I'll help him.
So you guys go and do the investigation. Cloud is remaining somewhere around. I'm guessing she's gonna follow you and just get closer to the edge of the forest and keep doing her her pleading of please, please come. I got food for you and stuff like that. I don't really know how her work works. And so you investigate the megaliths. Please do an investigation check with advantage.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
GG.
All right. So, though you find 4 stones, basically they seem to be ancient. They've been there for a long time. They are moss covered, and they bear some crude carvings on each one of them. The carvings look like cities, and each one seems to be associated with a different season. So you have the city of winter that is shown covered with snow. The city of spring is arrayed in flowers. The city of summer has a sunburst overhead, and the city of autumn is covered with leaves. Um, let's see. You do find several ravens that seem to be circling overhead, and you see one of them that is pecking at something on top of the stone that depicts the city of autumn. As you inspect it closer, you can see that the raven is pecking at one of the pastries that Amnon has been eating recently.
What?
Yeah, one of the pastries that Amnon was eating, one that looks like it, is sitting atop the stone of the city of Autumn, and one of the ravens is eating
It's
at
just
it.
chilling. Like a random pie is just chilling on a stone in the middle of this area.
It's not weird at all.
Oh, so that means there's probably somebody around here, don't you think, guys?
Ooh, I forgot to put the music. Okay. There's your ambiance.
Okay.
That's the sound of the windmill turning. All right.
Well, I just got creeps. I got chills all down my back right now.
You're welcome. All right. And on the ground, in the center of the stone circle, you can see a small pile of teeth.
Teeth.
Yes.
Ugh. Okay.
Human teeth.
With that 23 investigation, I would say that you definitely know that it is human teeth, and it also looks like it's children's teeth.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Wait, like baby's teeth? Is this the tooth fairy?
Does the
How sinister is the Tooth Fairy?
does the Autumn town, like, is it the same town that is, but like depicted with different seasonal flair, or is it for different towns
Do you have
with?
a picture?
They look like different towns, and I do not have a picture.
Does okay?
Does it
Does
look
the
like
town?
people
I can show this picture of the windmill itself, but I don't have a picture of the megaliths themselves.
Okay, does the picture of the town, the current Autumn town that had the bird on it,
Mm-hmm.
does it seem to look like any of the towns that we've been to up to now?
You can't really guess if what the fuck did that come from?
Was there a goat?
Dude, the
Yeah,
cock,
like
how
the
you spell
raven.
name,
The
and all
raven
of a
was
sudden it's like a
perfect.
cat.
The raven was perfect, and then there's a cow. Anyway,
That was Cloud's companion.
yeah. So it's crude carvings of cities, so you can't really say if they look like anything that you've actually been to.
4 seasons though.
Are
4
the
carvings
teeth-
Yes.
on a large stone. And on the autumn one, there's a pie and a raven's eating.
Yes.
And there's children's teeth
yes.
Teeth below it.
like below the pie.
In the center of the stone circle.
I'm gonna start just kind of like panicking a little bit
You're
and
not-
telling
you're doing your
my members whisperedly that I think it might be the pie lady witch.
Think she's a witch? I think she's a very sweet lady.
No, you would. You had it.
She was always very nice to me.
Jankies.
You may also be taking children's teeth. Wait, so do I have my
They
wolf
do
pet
lose
yet?
their
Oh,
teeth
Pies,
naturally.
pies are bad for you.
Does
Their teeth are just rotting out.
the pie look like it's been there for a long time, or is it relatively fresh?
It seems to be relatively fresh.
Interesting.
do I
You
have
know,
my
in the
wolf
grand
yet
scheme
or
of
not?
things.
Before you get to your wolf, let me just roll for random encounters, because you're gonna be there for 8 hours.
Okay.
And I've rolled
would-
for
I would
about.
So these are things that we've like noticed as we're in the area. I'm still working on it. Yeah.
Yes, you're still working on it. Okay, and there is a second encounter. Let me read what this one's gonna be.
Before that happens, I would have to say that you were quick to call the granny a witch that
Yeah.
has no teeth.
Yep. She looks like a witch.
Oh, God, this is okay.
Oh, I think that sounds like we're all gonna die.
Gotta be good guys.
You might. You just might.
Bahamut shows up and burns you all to death.
Did you just
all right.
submit a li-
So as you've been waiting for her to finish, let's see how much time has been. So this is 3 Hours 4, 5, 6. At the 6th hour, you hear growling coming from the forest, and you see a wolf emerge from the tree line, coming towards
guys.
you.
I don't think that's for me. It hasn't been 8 hours yet.
And then you see another one behind it, and
Yep,
another one,
definitely not it.
Crazy
and
cat, maybe
another
talk to them
one,
and tell them to leave us alone.
and another one,
Oh, jeez.
How many of
Okay,
them
I'm
so
gonna-
far?
So far, 5.
and another one,
6.
Okay.
and another one.
Okay.
You guys
You
ready
see
for some
them
wolves?
Did you roll a
walking.
goddamn d20 or something? What the hell?
Yeah, I actually every 30 minutes I have to roll a d20 to see if you encounter something. Then I roll 2 dices and then look through a table to see what random encounter is about to happen. And let me just prepare this little thing for you guys.
How many arrows and bolts
Alright,
did I
guys,
make?
you guys need to really all hope for a really, really strong, whatever it is that I do.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if it had bugged out.
No, we heard you, but I'm not sure what it is that you said. Okay.
You want to know how many
1,
arrows?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who's missing? Who's missing? Who's missing? Liam, Iron, Amnon, Azzy. Oh yeah, you're 7. Okay, so Irina is missing actually.
DM, how many arrows and bolts did I manage to make during the 4 hours before?
I'll have to look at that
Oh.
stuff and decide for next week because we're already a little over the 2 hours.
Okay.
So, and another one,
So I just wanted to be able to read that. Oh my god, it's packed.
and another one, and
Guys,
you
better
see
help me.
12 wolves come out of the forest,
Hello.
I hear you now.
coming
Uh,
towards
I
you.
hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm losing voice connection as well. Bell's
Oh.
talking, but
Okay. I'm not sure who else missed stuff, so I'll just repeat. You see 12 wolves come out of the forest, one after the other, then in groups of 2, and then 3, and then you see these. Actually, let me just make it like this. Okay, sounds good. And so you see these wolves come out of the forest. Potentially, how would I say it? Potentially attracted by Cloud's food, or maybe not. You're not exactly sure, but they just growl and they look aggressive. And with that, I'm just gonna do a little. That would be nice combat music.
I'm gonna immediately stand up and use my primeval awareness, just
This
so you
one.
know, before anybody can
Takes
do
for a
anything.
Full minute.
And with that, we're gonna end tonight's session.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend the entire next week precisely figuring out how to persuade these wolves not to attack, and I'm gonna hit up every D&D forum ever
Okay.
on how to word every little thing perfectly so I can get these wolves not to attack.
Yeah. It
Throw the
was
food
it was a
out.
bit anticlimactic for me at the end trying to like prepare the battle map, but yeah, you're all waiting patiently and the wolves come out. I will read the stuff like primeval awareness. I will read on how many arrows you can make and all that for Tehanu. Does anyone else need me to look up something for them for next week? Because like you've looked at the megaliths. I don't know how you want to spend the rest of your time while waiting.
We
So
still have 2 hours, but
Well, we
this combat doesn't count, so.
yeah.
Okay. You probably want to figure out what all that shit over there by the megaliths or monoliths or whatever they're called are, but let's try to figure this out. Does anybody else have any sort of animal handling type things?
Nope.
I'm -2 in animal handling, so
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Nobody else has anything that has to do with animals of any kind.
well,
I'm a
I
wizard.
can make a mean wolf steak.
Oh my god.
I
Somebody
can,
stuff a sock in his mouth.
I can attack them.
I
I
mean,
have a feeling we're gonna have to kill
through
this.
my pet mouse.
In theory, if we just
cannot
kill the
control
alpha,
wolves.
then the rest of them will run away.
I don't think that's how it works. I am gonna try to figure out which one appears to be the most intelligent though. And I will try to speak with that
I
one.
thought they said
I don't know
wolves
how-
are like the Strahd's spies or whatever. They work for
Yeah.
him. So,
I can still speak with them.
but then Strahd will know where we are.
He already knows.
So will
Because
you be
the way that I
administering
can do
IQ
this-
tests to the wolves?
I mean, I could probably tell which one's the leader, which then probably makes it the smartest. But if I can talk to him, it does give me the GM will have to tell me, well, it's at his discretion, but it says it can persuade the beast to perform a small favor. Or, I'm sorry, no, sorry. Where does it say that? What does it say about that part? Oh. Where does it say that, you guys? Why am I not seeing it? I just
don't know.
read it.
You might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor at your GM's discretion.
No, there's one that we can persuade it to not attack. Where is that part? Up under primeval awareness. Sorry, my
Okay.
primeval awareness.
Your mastery of allows
yeah,
you
it
to
says-
establish powerful link to beasts and to the land around you. You have innate ability to communicate with beasts, and they recognize you as kindred spirit. Through sound and gesture, you can communicate simple ideas to a beast as an action, can read its basic mood and intent. You learn its emotional state. It's affected by magic of any sort. Its short-term needs. Action you can take to persuade it not to attack. Okay. You cannot
If
use this
any.
ability
So
against a
then-
creature that you have attacked with.
So I said I want to use this right away before anybody can do anything. Because then I can find out if there's something that we can do to persuade it to not attack, which we did before, and it was successful. Remember?
Yeah.
So hopefully I can do that, and then I can also speak with animals at once. But it's I would want to know the first stuff first.
Okay, cool. So next
Okay.
week, primeval awareness. Then we'll see how that goes, and you're
Then we
gonna
attack.
try and hold them back before any attack.
I'm already casting Eldritch Blast.
Oh my god, you better not.
You do have the time to prepare if you want to prepare anything. I think just check. But yeah, I think you do have the time to get ready for the attack, basically. But yeah, if you want to cast Eldritch Blast or anything like that,
Can I
then
cast Guidance?
guidance, yeah, you can cast that. I'll allow, but this is gonna happen next week, so I'll make a note and remind you that you wanted to cast guidance. But yeah, you basically, if you cast anything or whatever, then it will begin as this would be in your turn. But if you want to like move around, rearrange your positions, that's what I would allow. Let me just confirm, because it says
Just let me be like kind of in front-ish, I guess. Like at least the most front person. What does guidance do?
It says in the
It's a
chat.
buff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're buffing the wolf.
No, I'll
No,
buff you.
your
on
friends.
Whatever fancy thing you're gonna do to make
I
the
thought
wolves
by
not attack
creature
us.
it meant it had to be not human.
Mm-mm.
No,
Okay.
creatures.
I mean, you're a cat.
Mm. Okay,
That's
yeah,
fair.
you actually they come out slowly of the forest, so I would say you would have a few minutes free time to prepare any way you want. So
Okay,
yeah,
so I could
yeah.
tell them, that these aren't the wolves that I'm summoning because my
These aren't the droids you're
Yeah.
after.
these aren't
Yeah.
the world. These are not the worlds we are
Jesus.
looking for.
Yeah,
And
basically.
sort of just tell people my intentions that I will do my best to prevent them from attacking us
Okay, I'm gonna
through.
touch Cloud and give her my guidance.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
So
do I
I'll
roll
take a
now
note
or
of all
next
that.
week?
No, next week. We'll all do this
Next week,
next
okay.
week. This is
Alright,
just
cool.
a post-game discussion, basically.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, anything you want me to look for from now until next week? Like, for example, Tehanu with his, I'm gonna be crafting arrows for the next few hours, so I'm gonna need to look up how many he can actually craft, and whether he actually needs to roll anything or if he needs uh, a special kit to do that. But yeah.
I mean, I've got wood
Sounds good.
and stones and a dagger, so
I was very
Yeah.
busy, so no, not.
how hard can it be, right?
Yeah. I mean, there are kits like Artificer's Kit and all that is probably more for like building a bomb. But yeah, I would assume dagger and wood is enough in your case. But I'll be
I'm
looking
at
at
100.
how many you can actually craft per hour and all that. And I'll give you all that information next week.
Okay. I'm gonna bounce.
Sounds good.
All right, have a good night, guys.
See ya.
Good night, everyone, and see you next week. And for those on the stream,
See you guys.
thank you as well for following and for watching,
See
and
ya.
I hope you enjoyed it. And see you next week as well. Good night.